Hi, my name's Andrew, and over the next 3 minutes, I'm going to share with you the secret to becoming an absolute expert with your iPhone in less than 7 minutes a day. Now, just to be clear, by 7 minutes, I don't mean 7 minutes of torture where you're endlessly scouring Google trying to find the answer to your latest iPhone dilemma, or poring over some gigantic manual you found at a big box bookstore, or even using any of the traditional ways of learning found in your typical classroom environment at a local university or community college. And on top of all that, I'm also going to explain to you how you're probably not even scratching the surface of what your iPhone can actually do. In fact, if you don't know what you are doing, you may end up doing more harm than good. Now, my iPhone training course is so easy that you can be well on your way to mastering this little device almost immediately. That is why it's trusted and used all over the world. There's really only one main reason why so many people are afraid to embrace the latest technology, and that's because they believe it's just too complex. They say, only the kids can keep up with this ever-changing technology, or it's just too complicated for me. I've often wondered why so many people believe this, because with what I'm about to share with you, you'll quickly realize that this is simply not true. Do you ever feel like technology is moving so fast that it's just impossible to keep up? With iOS, Android, Facebook, Twitter, Insta what? How are you supposed to stay current? And now you have this iPhone that's supposed to be the greatest thing to come around since the internet, but you can barely make a phone call. You see, Apple sold over 47 million iPhones in the last quarter alone. They've sold over 300 million iPhones since 2007. And if you ask most people, they'll tell you Apple put the smart in smartphone. They're the richest company in the world. They have the brightest minds working on their products. But even with all of that brainpower pumping away down in Silicon Valley, they made a huge mistake. Apple forgot to include the manual. So what do most people do? Chances are they end up buying some 800-page textbook from that big online bookstore named after a South American rainforest. You know the one. They spend hours and hours and hours just trying to wrap their head around this little device and end up more frustrated than when they started. How fun is that? After all that time and effort, most people still can't do more than send a simple text message or make a phone call. Or worse yet, they decide to go it alone, turning to Google and her infinite wisdom for help. Before you know it, you've wasted more hours than you'd ever admit to your spouse going from one website to another, then another. Then another. Now you've spent time you can't ever get back and probably come out even more confused than when you started. I'm going to share with you the biggest insight into mastering your iPhone to come along since, well, the iPhone. I mentioned earlier that my given name is Andrew, but all my friends and family just call me the touchscreen genius. I've been referred to as the Einstein of the iPhone. You see, I have studied the iPhone inside and out, from the initial iPhone released back in 2007 to the one you have in your pocket today. I pretty much live on that thing. And since I spend so much time on my iPhone, I set out to master every tip, trick, and secret. I learned every setting, every function, and downloaded almost every app in the App Store. I think it's safe to say I know as much as most of the people working at Apple. That's what had happened. My newly retired parents decided to get iPhones. Up until that point, they had the same basic cell phones for the better part of a decade. You know the ones, the old-style flip phones that didn't even have a camera. Well, my parents were pretty dumbfounded when they got their hands on their new iPhones. They had never sent a text, never listened to music, or checked email on a phone, and had most definitely never heard of an app. And to top it off, this new iPhone didn't even have any buttons. So, who do you think they came to for help? That's right, their trusty son, the touchscreen genius. And now I can safely tell you that both my parents are true iPhone experts in spite of the fact that they still have an old-style television that wasn't even made with a remote. You see, I shared with them the exact same system that I'm about to share with you. This system I'm talking about can be summed up in one statement. If you understand the way Apple has intuitively set up the iPhone, everything else is easy. To put it another way, if you have tried to learn all the ins and outs of your iPhone before, but still can't master this little touchscreen device, you're probably doing something wrong. It's why you're continuously frustrated with your iPhone. Everyone else talks about it like it's the greatest invention ever, but to you, it's just a big pain in the neck. You've spent hours on end trying to make it do what you want, but it still feels like a foreign object in your hands. That's really no way to live. So, how do you become an expert with your iPhone in less than 7 minutes a day? Introducing my quick, simple, yet very effective iPhone lessons. The secret is in the video. Over 40 professionally produced high-definition videos and not a single one over 7 minutes long. You can watch them on your computer, your television, even on your iPhone itself. Just sit back and let me do the work for you. It really is that effortless. There are many reasons why you need to let the touchscreen genius make you an expert with your iPhone. Reason number 1, 100% video-based. All you have to do is sit back, push play, and follow along. After finishing these lessons, you're going to naturally be more productive, have more fun, and feel in charge of your iPhone. Reason number 2, short and manageable video tutorials. No lesson is over 7 minutes long. Some are as short as 2 or 3 minutes. And you only need to watch one lesson per day. Let's be practical. If you're like most of my customers, you're busy. You don't have time to spend hours and hours studying an 800-page book or endlessly searching Google trying to find the answer to your latest problem. Let me make you an expert in a matter of minutes. Reason number 3, watch and learn when you want and where you want. You probably have many obligations in your life between work, family, and everything else. But these short video tutorials fit into your schedule without you having to change your daily habits. You can watch them in the morning with your first cup of coffee, during a quick afternoon break, or before you go to bed in the evening. And since you can watch them on your computer, your TV, your iPad, even your iPhone itself, it's convenient and easy. Reason number 4, the lessons are fun. Do you remember why you bought your iPhone in the first place? It's a cool gadget that is supposed to do a bunch of neat things. It should be fun to use, right? My video lessons will put the fun back in your phone. You're going to learn every function of your iPhone and you're going to have fun doing it. Reason number 5, learn the most important functions first. Recently, I was at the bookstore browsing iPhone manuals. Did you know one was over 600 pages long and the other was over 800 pages long? Do you have time to wade through these textbooks looking for what you need? With my video lessons, I put the most important information at the very beginning and let you choose what you want to focus on. You don't waste your valuable time learning a bunch of stuff you don't need. Reason number 6, you don't have to memorize anything, and it's not intimidating. Each one of my over 40 video lessons builds upon the last one, so you're actually practicing while you watch. I promise you're going to become an iPhone expert without even trying. Reason number 7, it's technology made simple. You may have never been some techie guru or even consider yourself computer literate, but my lessons will make you an expert with ease. The iPhone is actually very intuitive and simple to use, but you need to get used to Apple's way of doing things. I'll transform you into a hands-on touchscreen genius that even your kids and grandkids will envy. Reason number 8, you'll learn from the best. I'm the guy everyone calls for tech support with their computer, and for good reason. I've been building and programming computers for nearly 2 decades. Now, I'm known as the touchscreen genius because I've made my iPhone video lessons so simple that my mom, dad, coworkers, even my grandmother can effortlessly become an expert with their iPhone. That's because my innovative approach allows you to learn at your pace. Miss something? That's okay. Stop, rewind, replay. You decide when you're ready to move on. Reason number 9, fast and intuitive. My lessons will immediately immerse you in your iPhone from the very first video. You're going to be doing things you never thought possible in a matter of minutes. You won't need a textbook, a manual, or even Google to understand your phone. That foreign object feeling you had when you first picked up your iPhone will disappear instantly. And you will actually be able to show others how to do new and cool things with their iPhones. You will become the touchscreen genius. Reason number 10, designed with adults in mind. Forget the myth that children, teenagers, and 20-something hipsters are the only ones who can keep up with the ever-changing technology. That is simply not true. And what's remarkable is that you will actually pick things up faster than your children, your grandchildren, even the office tech guru. Now, the most important reason you should buy this course today is because it's on sale. Did you know the average cost of tuition for a basic Intro to Computers course at your local community college can cost as much as $540 a credit? That's $1,620 for a standard 3-credit course. And on top of all that, you'd be hard-pressed to find one that focuses solely on the iPhone. You'd be wasting a lot of your valuable time learning a bunch of stuff you don't need, and still be out $1,620. I didn't want to waste your valuable time and money on my iPhone training course, so that's why I decided to offer it for way less than half the cost of a single college credit. Normally, my complete course sells for the low price of just $197. However, today, while supplies last, I'm offering it to you for more than 50% off. That's right. For a very limited time, you can get your hands on my complete iPhone video training course for just $97. To get started, all you need to do is click the Add to Cart button below. It's guaranteed and you have 60 days to try it risk-free. My iPhone video lessons are currently being relied on by individuals just like you all over the world. I have been a prominent figure in the technology industry for nearly 2 decades. I've worked for small startups and huge government organizations. I've mastered nearly every touchscreen device on the market. Now, my iPhone video lessons have become an industry leader in iPhone training. I've watched so many people literally change their lives overnight by finally investing in themselves. I could go on and on about the benefits of my iPhone video lessons, but I think one of my first customers said it better than I ever could. I want to thank you for taking the time to put together these helpful and easy-to-follow video lessons. I got way more than my money's worth. I went to college and consider myself to be a pretty smart person, but could just never get the hang of my new iPhone. That is, until I discovered your system. Now I'm even making video calls to my grandkids. Thanks again. That's from just one of my satisfied customers up in Washington State. And don't forget about my ironclad money-back guarantee. You are absolutely guaranteed to become an iPhone expert in just 7 minutes a day, or you don't pay. No questions asked. Here's how it works. If for any reason you are not satisfied with my iPhone video lessons, just contact me anytime over the next 60 days and pay absolutely nothing. I will gladly refund 100% of your purchase price. You can have your money back for any reason or no reason whatsoever. There's absolutely no risk for you. You literally can't lose. My wife said I was crazy to offer this no questions asked 100% money back guarantee. But to be totally honest, I'm not really worried about it because I'm so confident you're going to see the value in my iPhone video lessons as soon as you have them in your hands. I know this can really help you, and I'm eager for you to succeed. All you need to do is click the Add to Cart button below. But you really do need to act right now. I'm offering my complete iPhone video lessons course for over 50% off, but only for a limited time. There's no guarantee that the price won't go up significantly because of the tremendous value in this package. But if this video is still up, it means you can still take advantage of this limited time offer and get my complete iPhone video training course for the low price of just $97. Go ahead and click the Add to Cart button below. I'm sure you've seen the iPhone training manuals at the local bookstore or even tried the Google approach yourself. If you ask anyone who has tried either of these methods, they'll tell you they are just impractical to use. Most people who are watching this video right now are over 40 years old, educated, and work hard. You are busy with work, family, and everything else life throws at you. The last thing you want to do after a busy day is to come home and devote hours and hours to learning how to use your phone. There's no way you'll ever become an iPhone expert that way. It's just not practical. My iPhone video lessons are totally different. They are designed to be fast-paced, convenient, and most of all, fun. It's so easy to get overwhelmed, but in just 7 minutes a day, while you're having your morning coffee or at the office on your lunch break, you can become an expert on your iPhone. Because you can watch them on your computer, your TV, your iPad, even your iPhone itself. It's convenient and easy. That means you'll stick with it and actually master that little device. My iPhone video lessons are perfect for you unless you'd rather enroll in a Computer 101 course down at the local community college, sit in class with a bunch of pimple-faced teenagers, and spend 2 hours a night listening to some boring instructor. And your typical 3-credit college class usually costs a little over $1,600, and that's before purchasing the highly overpriced textbook that's required for the class. This option will take a full year and still won't guarantee your success. Or you could hire a private tech tutor to come over to your house and personally teach you how to use your iPhone. These are usually only available in big cities and will cost you between $50 and $100 for every 30 minutes. And you would need tens of hours of training to cover what I cover in my iPhone video lessons. But for just $97, you can be on your way to becoming an iPhone expert in just 7 minutes a day. There are so many more reasons why you should buy this program right now. You'll become confident with every function and action of your iPhone. You'll learn real and useful things from the very first lesson. For instance, I'll take you from the most basic elements of the multi-touch interface all the way to the advanced voice commands available with Siri. Even more, you'll learn how to create and manage contacts, how to set and configure phone and voicemail settings, how to set up and manage email accounts, how to use your iPhone as an alarm clock, create bookmarks on your iPhone desktop, how to send text messages for free, use FaceTime to make video calls, how to download books and music on your iPhone, how to customize sound, search, and wallpaper options, how to download and listen to podcasts, and so much more. You'll finally feel confident with your iPhone and know you're getting your money's worth when you pay your monthly cell phone bill. Perhaps you'll even be able to show your children or grandchildren how to use a new feature on their iPhones so you can really feel like a tech rock star. But most importantly, you won't get left behind when it comes to technology and miss out on the greatest technological advancement to come around in decades. Look, if you haven't been able to master your iPhone, stop fooling yourself. You're doing something wrong. Either you haven't decided to take action and finally learn, or you're using the wrong method. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And in this case, it's not using the best possible method to get the job done quickly. For every minute you invest in whatever you do, you need to ask yourself, what is my return on my time and on my money? How much more productive would you be if you were an absolute expert with your iPhone? You don't want to miss out on this opportunity. If there is a competing learning method you are thinking about buying, hey, that's okay. Just make sure you keep in mind everything you've learned today. Don't invest in any iPhone training product unless it uses step-by-step video instruction. I admit, I'm biased here because my iPhone video lessons are the leader in iPhone training, and I don't want you getting frustrated halfway through and never making any real progress with your iPhone. If you think about how fast technology is changing over to a touchscreen interface, can you imagine how you'll be left behind if you never get a firm grasp on your iPhone? So, for just $97, you are making an investment in yourself. And if you're not willing to spend that little amount on improving yourself, then you really should rethink your priorities. Now is your time to take action. Click the Add to Cart button below. What would you like to be able to do with your iPhone? Send free text messages with iMessage? Download books and magazines from the App Store? Shoot and edit HD pictures and movies in seconds? If you can only make phone calls with your iPhone, then you are not experiencing this magical device to the fullest. You don't want to look back in 2 years at the end of your cell phone contract and feel frustration and regret because you paid for your iPhone and the monthly data plan month after month after month, but never actually learned how to use it. There is a better way. People will actually respect you more when they find out that you are tech savvy with your iPhone. You'll have that one little thing in common with nearly everyone, especially your children, grandchildren, or anybody younger than you. You are one small step away from getting close to the life you want to live. Go ahead and take advantage of our limited half-price offer while supplies last. Click the Add to Cart button now. I hope you learned a lot from this presentation and were both inspired and encouraged to finally become an expert on your iPhone. Thanks for your time today. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. Please email me or call and leave a message. You'll be pleased to know that I love my customers and I love to hear from them.